Hello and welcome back. We're on episode 4 of Aliit Beskar, which is Mandoa for Clan of Iron or Clan of Steel, depending on how you translate it. I'm excited. There's going to be new hijinks and shenanigans and fun things that are going to be happening. Oops. Let me get Nikki back on the video. Okay, that's Vanessa. Sorry, 1 second. Little overlay issue that I can correct real quick here. This should be... There we go. Sometimes Zoom likes to shuffle around the video frames. There we go. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting episode. We had a lot of fun last session with murder droids and borrowing money from huts and then paying it back, and yeah, it was fun. Before we jump into everything this week, though, I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves and their characters. We'll start with Vanessa. Tell us a little bit about Anaka and yourself.
Hi, I'm Vanessa. I think I can go back to saying I'm the token Canadian of the group, right? I think so with this group, yeah. Yeah, I'm the token Canadian of the group. I am also a traditional artist. I work primarily in watercolor and pencil sketch, as well as a little bit of digital art as well. You can check out my stuff on Twitter, which is @PepperoDraws, and that's Peppero like the candy. I hope to be updating a little more frequently, hopefully shortly. But yeah, you can check out my stuff there. Other than that, Anaka. I play Anaka Ta. She is a Togruta Dark Force user. I don't know, what can I say about Anaka? She's kind of getting off on a rocky foot with her crewmates. She's not very interested in the shenanigans that they've been getting on with. But you know what? She's along for the ride, just to see what happens, if nothing else, to see what kind of situations they get themselves into. But I mean, hopefully we'll get a little more fun out of her in the upcoming episodes. So, yeah.
Awesome. Next, we'll hop on down to Nikki. Tell us a little bit about Ilsa and yourself.
I'm Nikki. I am a player in this game. Ilsa is also a character. She's got a pet, and
that's true. Rat ferret.
Yeah,
very cool pet.
Yeah, and I should have written something down, but I didn't. Sorry.
No worries. No worries at all. Ilsa is also a Mando and went to the Imperial Academy, right? Am I remembering that right? Before joining.
Yes. After? Yeah, she went and it didn't quite work out. See.
Yeah. Very fair. All right. We'll hop on over to Hope next. Tell us a little bit about Muxo and yourself.
Great. I'm Hope Tracy. You can find me on Twitter at HopeTracy71. Right now, I'm talking about the wrong planet trope because it's amazing, and I'm going to play a game with Jane Hermiston fairly soon about it. I know, right? They're amazing.
They're so great. I love them.
It'll probably wind up being a mixture of a solo RPG and you have 2 stats, so it's gonna be interesting.
That's awesome.
I like to play loose with them, so it just works out better that way. Muxo is a Mandalorian who is like if Leslie Hall, the character, not the performer, and Ace Rimmer from Red Dwarf had 7 love children, and she was the middle child. So she is exuberant, and her character meme is finger guns. She wears tight gold pants and has hot pink on her armor, and she seems like, you know, she's your friend, and it's great. But she's got some duties, as all middle children do, and she keeps winding up being the mom, even though, you know, it's fine. It's fine. It's yeah. And currently, yeah, it's fine. Sorry, I'm a little scattered. I'm a little off today.
No worries. All right. Well, next we'll hop on up to Matt. Tell us a little bit about Jai and yourself.
Oh, hello. I am Matt. I'm a streamer, podcaster, freelance writer. And Jai is our sweet summer child, this precious little cupcake who is having to really reevaluate how he makes decisions, and he hates it. Thanks. Very much a shonen anime character, which thinks I hate it, but he's a precious idiot who can really pull through when the time is right.
Oh, we love Jai. All right. Next, we've got Mr. Parr. Tell us a little bit about Zadu and yourself.
A long, long time ago, in a galaxy not so far away, there was one man who strove to be the greatest duelist of them all. One-on-one combat, his true passion in life. And his name was Zadu Baka. Raised on Kashyyyk alongside other Wookiees. A Twi'lek alone in the world. Released on the galaxy as a mercenary. No! As a Mandalorian.
That was fantastic. I love that.
Oh, I'm also here. I'm the guy playing him.
So tell us a little bit about you as well.
I'm an internet presence. I am a fledgling TTRPG-ist, and I am just here to have fun time and have a good campaign.
Awesome. That just leaves me. I'm Raven. I'm the creative director for The Raven Evermore, which is my brand for everything that I do, from tabletop design, streaming, voice acting, art, a whole ton of different things. You can find out all about that at my Linktree, which is right there in chat. And then before I dive into any more, quick word about sponsors, which is also right there in chat. Fundamental RPG and Intrepid. Fundamental RPG is my own tabletop system. It's available for pre-order at coffee.com/raven/shop. It's a D20 system. It's what Animus Absentus it has been running on for 3 seasons, as well as Water and Hunters of Calamity last season was also on that. It's a really great system for telling whatever story you want to, from fantasy to sci-fi and everything in between. And then Intrepid is IRL adventuring gear. So if you like outdoors wear, athletic wear, even casual stuff, and you want like an adventurer type theme and feel to it, it's definitely something to check out. And that can be found at the same place. Just look for the keyword Intrepid instead of Fundamental. And aside from that, other cool things to mention is Black Feather Guild has officially joined the Fantasy Network. So I don't have links just yet for where to go to find our stuff specifically, but definitely check that out. I will have a lot more updates on that soon. But yeah, exciting stuff there. And then who and what I play in this game. I'm the GM, so I played virtually everybody else in the universe, including a droideka who has a bit of a personality algorithm issue. Very headstrong, likes to murder things, and doesn't quite know how to simulate blinking very well. So he's constantly like blinking the right eye and then a couple seconds later the left eye, which is a little disconcerting. And we found out last week, or rather our players, not the characters themselves, but the players found out last week that he likes to watch people sleep, which isn't disconcerting at all. And that's pretty much where we left off last week, was everybody kind of going to sleep, and this droid Locke sort of standing over Jai as he slept, just staring and blinking. But by the time you wake up the next morning, Locke's not there. Nobody's the wiser. But it's the next day. You've got your ship all fixed up. I'm gonna say that the Jawas were able to get all that stuff done. Yeah, what do you want to do at this point? Do you want to check in with Bevan? Is there anything else you want to do before you check in?
I mean, there's always stuff we could do, but I don't know if there's anything anybody needs to do.
Hey,
How-
Elsa has put plants on the ship.
Perfect.
How much time till we see Bevan?
It's up to you. You're currently about what did I say it was? It's like 2 days, I think, away from Tatooine.
Yes, this is only the second time we've slept since we all bet.
Well, if it's just 2 days to Tatooine, then I don't know. Kind of just during the trip, Zadu will tackle trying to teach Locke to meditate.
I mean, we spent a week on Nalhutta, right?
Oh, at this
you're
point,
right. That
the
was
ship
going
is
to take a
fixed.
week.
Yeah.
It was going to take a week, not a day. Sorry, you're right. I forgot about that. So yeah, you've had plenty of time to do whatever you want to do. If you're trying to
then-
teach Locke how to meditate, give me a couple of persuasion rolls, just 2.
Just to. Zadu mainly doing it because it's something he does. Okay, sorry. Persuasions.
Yeah.
20?
20.
Oh, 20. Jeez. All right. Maybe lower next time, please. Thank you.
3.
I was like, this is supposed to be a funny bit. This is
Yeah.
not supposed to be successful.
No, that's perfect. So you're trying to teach him how to meditate and everything, and it's going okay at first. You get him to sit still, like point the blasters straight up instead of in attack mode, and hey, thanks for that tip there, Michael. Ooh, advantage to me. Awesome. So I will get advantage on my next roll.
How
That's
dare you.
exciting. That also reminds me, I need to add in those 2d6 from Michael as well for the cast. So the cast is at 5d6 and no crits. I'm at 1d6, 1 crit, and 1 advantage. So yeah, you're trying to teach him how to meditate. He gets the blasters like in the straight up position, and is doing this like weird droid-like hum. But as you're teaching him, he starts to gradually lose focus, and it just turns into like chanting. He's like, "Kill all humans! Kill all humans! Kill all humanoids! Kill all humanoids!" That's pretty much how it goes.
Yeah, because Zadu doesn't have a problem if it's kill all humans.
Yeah. So
Well, I
that's about
suppose it'll need work.
that's pretty much how that goes. Let me just grab that graphic for advantage.
I should perhaps add a non-lethal option to you.
That's a good idea. You absolutely could put stun blasters on him instead of lethal ones.
Well, let's not get crazy. Maybe one stun blaster.
But don't tell him which one it is.
All right, there we go. Now I'll remember I have advantage.
We really want to play Russian roulette with the death droid, huh?
That's basically.
Well, most of the time, we're hoping we won't have to play.
It's fair.
We just make other people play.
Yeah. Over the course of the week, because we were talking about this before the game started, Zadu's really the only one that knows about the evil Sith with the 12 lightsabers that they can control all at once. Does Zadu bring that up at all?
I mean, nobody's asked him, so he's not going to bring it up just randomly.
Okay. All right.
We don't know each other that well. Over the course of the week, if nothing dramatic happens, Muxo has a little cash on hand, and she lost the ship a while back where she had a full wardrobe. Right now, she's just got the 2 outfits. She's definitely gonna go shopping and like stock up on outfits and get a haircut.
Okay.
Okay.
Shopping
So-
with friends.
Sure. It's all going to be gold bodysuits, golden hot pink bodysuits. So
Fantastic. The
of
selection
various
on,
thicknesses.
the
Uniforms.
selection on Nal Hutta is not great.
I do have a ship to fly away in,
Yeah, if you want to go to Nal Hutta instead, you absolutely can.
so I can
Do
make a
that.
call to somebody, shop around until I find what I'm looking for.
Sure.
Great.
Let me just.
Do you want to play this, Ilse, or?
That's up to you.
I'm not particularly attached to the idea. I just want to be able to haul an outfit out as appropriate and describe
Yeah.
it when I'm feeling sassy.
No, outfits are great. And Elsa's going to buy more like plants and like fancy stuff.
One of those will actually be a little heavier, so if we wind up in a cold weather situation, I can assume that she has something like, like sometimes leggings have like a lining in them. Maybe she'll have one outfit like that.
Okay.
Hot pink.
Yeah, you're.
Yes,
You're
of course.
able to, you're able to find any outfit that you want for the most part on Nal Hutta. It's not Nal Hutta, Nar Shaddaa. It's a pretty busy trade port, so there's lots of different shops, apparel from all over the place. You do run into a little bit of trouble. You probably have like a pickpocketer or someone that tries to mug you or something like that. If someone were to try to mug you on Nar Shaddaa, how would the two of you handle it?
I want to let Ilse answer first because I suspect Muso's answer is different.
Well, she probably will just like get her blaster out and shoot at them and then just keep going.
Fair.
Okay.
Kind of like, they're bothering her while she's shopping. Go away.
Could I get a attack roll from you, Ilse? Just the blaster. I'm not gonna do like full combat. Just want to see if you hit right away or not. Ooh, easy. Attack of 4. Okay, so the shot misses, but it does scare the person away.
Well, she did go to the Stormtrooper Academy, so.
That's fair.
Oh, you're amazing. That was such good timing.
But yeah, you miss, but it does scare the person off, and they go running away, and they don't bother you again. All right. Is there anything specific on this trip that you wanted to role play out or anything like that?
Not this time. She'll need another haircut at a future point when it might be more dangerous to get one. I was thinking when I messaged you earlier this week that like, if there's already rumors flying around about who might have done the things that we did, there might be a situation where like her hairdresser betrayed her, but it's a little early for that, so we can do that later in the campaign.
Okay.
So she's gonna get her hair all fresh like a swimmer, bouncing. It wasn't quite as bouncy, and she needs to impress Bevan, so it'll look good.
Elsa's going to actually have fun, which you've never seen her do.
Yeah, what are you doing that's fun?
Probably get like fun outfits and like not a haircut, but like a tiny trim. She's gonna act like this is a huge cut.
What is Ilsa's hair like? I forget.
It's long, dark, and curly, so it doesn't look any different.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She's like a millimeter cut off.
just cleaned up the edges, sort of a thing.
She's going wild.
Muxo is going to do her level best to convince you to get some really bright colors. She's going to be really fine if you don't want them.
Not on this trip. Oh, the millimeter is like completely wild and crazy for her.
She'll definitely like offer, like every time she like, she finds a bit of hot pink and she'll be like, ooh, maybe this green would look good on you. Except it's like hot green.
Never.
What's the problem here?
Well, while Muxo and Ilsa are off on Nar Shaddaa doing all of that, and Zadu is sort of teaching Locke how to meditate, what about Anaka and Jai? What are you two getting up to this week?
We can probably figure this out in more detail later. But I feel like over the past few years, Anaka has probably been compiling information on like different people that she's looking for, I guess we can say. So if there is anybody in particular that might know, how do I phrase this without going into too much detail?
If you need to message it to me, you can, and then I can tell you yes or no.
Instead of doing like mental wet spaghetti on a wall. Yeah, sure. I'll do that then. Let's go to Jai, see what he's up to.
Okay.
Jai's actually probably a relatively boring week. I mean, after the last couple days that we had, it probably feels pretty good. He's like talking with the Jawas as they're working on the ship, and just kind of like setting up his workbench area the way he wants it when they bring all the stuff in. And he's also doing a whole lot of work on his armor, doing a bunch of different installations and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, he's having fun in his own little way, and probably avoiding being introspective at all, because that's going to be a rough day. He doesn't want to.
That's fair.
So probably like most days, odds are good you're either going to find him like at his workbench, modifying something, up at the cockpit running diagnostics, or like half inside of a crawl space with a Jawa. Like, no, don't do it that way. That's gonna blow up.
Watch them, they charge extra.
They're terrified of
offer to help,
Routini.
it's even more.
I'm sorry.
Routini vouched for us. We're fine.
I just had this mental image of that scene from The Mandalorian where the tribes try to do the wires, like no, the red wire, whatever color it was. I'm just picturing Jai and a Jawa in that exact situation.
The red wire where the blue wire goes.
Yeah.
Don't touch them together.
I mean, in this one, it's definitely though Jai is the one wedged in the compartment, and a Jawa is like, no.
Hey, could Ilsa have left the pet with Jai for a little while?
Oh yeah.
That's great.
Oh yeah. Dose is like, I have made a hanging like box nest for Dose in a couple different rooms of the ship. So wherever Dose wants to be with people, there's probably a little perch for him.
Yeah, Muxo is the dad said he didn't like cats about him. So and I think no, if Ilsa comes with me, I won't stop at the bank this time. Just hold on to it a little while longer.
All right.
She could wait outside if you
Well, I'm not gonna carry 10,000 credits with me for you to question why I have such a big bag of coins.
Okay, she'll just judge you.
Fair. So I was just reading up on what you sent, Vanessa. Yeah. That you've. No, I'm trying to do that. How do I say this without saying too much? You do find one of the people that you're looking for.
Okay.
Someone that was in, let's say, research and development for a particular project that you're curious about that the Empire did.
Okay. Great.
And that person is currently working under Admiral Pell, the one that you were moonlighting as his security team on Dala's ship, which may be pertinent here in a few moments.
There you go. We all tie together, don't we?
Yep. Well, I mean, you did fly out of the ship and ties together, so that makes sense.
You're so funny.
Matt's face.
How did I not see that coming?
Don't know.
I'm tired,
right.
Raven. I'm exhausted. Please stop.
Don't, please. I love puns.
This is how I cope with the tiredness puns. After, oh gosh, throw rugs. Heck yeah. Definitely put those on the ship. All right. So towards the end of the week, all of these different things have been happening. Oh yeah, I need a perception roll from Jai and Muxo.
Yes.
And Anaka, actually. Okay. Jai notices nothing.
That tracks.
How
I'm
could he
busy.
notice anything? He's under the console.
Oh, this is like just for over the course of the week.
Yes.
Rolling low on
Something,
these dice again, Raven. It's 21.
21?
Hmm.
11. So Anaka, you're the only one that really notices anything, and you just barely notice something. You awaken in the middle of the night to the sound of just like a metal, like tink 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 tink, seeming to be like just outside your door. And it's, it's dark because it's nighttime, and you're not sure, but you think your door just might have barely closed. And you hear tink tink, but that's all you get for the 21.
Okay, so she can hear this little noise.
Thank you.
Can she sense a living being in the vicinity of this noise?
No.
No. Okay. Would she be curious enough to go check? I'd say probably so. Yeah, she gets up and she goes to check. She grabs her lightsaber on the way,
All
which I
right.
assume is always very, very close to her.
I would assume so, yeah. I forgot to pull up the stats. 1 second, let me do that so I can find out what this thing's stealth roll is. I say this thing, but I'm pretty sure all of you know what's going on here. Oh my gosh, website. It's doing the thing where it's trying to load in pictures, and so every time I click, the link moves up, and then I go to click it, and it moves down. I hate that. Where is your stealth? Skills. Perception. That's it. Alright, cool. It makes sense. These things aren't particularly stealthy. Yeah, that's an 8. An 8 plus 2, so that's a 10. One more perception roll from you there, Anaka, as you head out into the hallway, and the target to beat is 10.
26.
Yeah, you're not sure how exactly, but just the way that Locke is walking, you're pretty sure that he's trying to be stealthy, but he's a droideka, so that's not really a thing. But yeah, he's just like sneaking
walking away?
through the hallway. Walking away,
okay.
sneaking through the hallway.
She kind of just leans against the door jamb and like crosses her arms. The hilt of her lightsaber kind of like dangling in her fingers. And she just barely kind of gives this like little smirk as she watches this thing try to be stealthy. And she watches it for maybe like 10 seconds before going back inside.
Okay. Yeah, it's like the droid equivalent of Kronk, trying to sneak out of the castle in Emperor's New Groove, just minus the singing. It's pretty much what you're looking at. All right, cool. And for audience sake, Jai and Muxo at various points throughout the week also have visits from Locke that just kind of watches them sleep before sneaking away. But towards the end of the week,
I mean, it's not, aside from the guns, it's not that much worse than when a toddler does it.
Yeah,
and they do it.
Yeah, that's true. Also, real quick mention, Michael, thank you so much for that gifted sub to Nikki. How would you like to use that? You could do 2d6, or you can give advantage to a player. Whichever you would like. And then towards the end of the week, you do get a message from Bevan. So right around the time that the Jawas are wrapping up.
A recording or a call?
Stuff. It's a recording. Sorry, Muxo. It's a recording, and it's just Bevan saying, all right, so my sources over at Admiral Dalla's faction told me that she has declined the invitation to fight with Admiral Pell. Which means, A, unfortunately she's smart, and B, we're going to have to do something else. So, I've got some intel on a location of one of Pell's bases. He's doing something. All we know is there's research and development happening there. He's working on something, I'm sure, which none of it's good. So what I need you to do is recon the place, scout it out, find out what's happening. If it's something you think you can handle, go ahead and take out whatever it is. And I'm going to send you some information on certain things to make it look like Dalla did it. And we're going to see if Pell's dumb enough to take the bait. If you have any questions, message me. Here's all the information. And there's like a stream of blueprints and specs and various other things that come across the screen.
The kind of things that you use when you make a plan. Everyone,
yeah.
You make a plan.
Yeah.
Oh, Jai has checked out.
So there's Bevan's message, a chunk of files that you're just going to yeet out the window, and then good luck at the end.
Jai's not touching it. Jai's listening to the message and just goes, cool, let's go.
In a minute. What do the plans look like? The diagrams. Are they ship diagrams?
No, it's a bunker on a moon somewhere. We're gonna say a moon on unnamed planet, roughly 2 days travel away from where you are. So you're still sort of in this quadrant of the galaxy, but it's outside of Hut space. And the moon doesn't even have a name. It's just a string of letters and numbers. Like literally out in the middle of nowhere. If you were trying to hide something, this like screams out in the middle of nowhere, this is where you hide a base type thing. And it's a bunker on this moon. The moon's topography is not exactly like Tatooine Desert. It's more like southern Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, that type of desert. So there's a lot of red rock. Anyone not familiar with U.S. geography, Mars would also be a good description. Mars with scrub oak everywhere and sagebrush.
Thank you for directing that comment directly at me. I appreciate it. Now I do have a good idea of what you mean, as I am not American. Thank you.
You're welcome. So yes, anybody that's not American or just not familiar with Western U.S. because the country's massive.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it looks like.
I've never been further west than Indiana, so.
See, there you go. So that's kind of what it looks like. That's the general topography. There are some sections that have forest, but they are very like scrappy kind of pine trees. They're not very thick trunks, and they kind of bend and grow in weird angles. So it's not a lot of great cover, but it is some cover, like if you were trying to hide, or if you got in a shootout or something like that. Joshua trees, I'm trying to remember what those look like. I think something kind of like that.
They're like, they look like little trees, but they're cactuses mostly.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. No, not quite like that. It's more like a, what are they called? Pinyon pines? They're like pine trees that you see growing in rocky areas. They can literally grow out at the side of a rock if there's a little crack. They're kind of like that, but taller. It's a little bit more like regular pine trees in terms of height. But the way the trunk and the branches grow, it's very scraggly and scrappy, and not super full like you would think of like a Christmas tree, for example. It's not great to hide behind, but it would give you some cover. There's a little bit of like undergrowth as well that you could potentially hide in if you got really low. Okay,
so what do the entrances look like? One big one, obviously.
Yeah, there's one big entrance, and that's the only one they're able to see. The schematics do show you some. It's got like the infrared view, and you can see some hot spots in the sort of built into the side of a plateau. So certain spots on top look like there's hot spots, perhaps some sort of exhaust or ventilation, but it's not confirmed.
Ooh. We could try stealth this time.
You could.
Try what?
We certainly could.
What's that?
Stealth.
I mean, Jai, you can be our screen. You can go in screaming. We'll sneak in.
Don't we already have a footprint inside the Imperial system that says we work for this guy?
What?
It's how we tricked all those goons at the ship that we blew up.
Oh, we still have the cylinder, the code cylinder, don't we?
And if y'all want to stealth, that's the way to do it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like, we work for him, so we go in, hack in where we need to. I can switch one of the transponders in this ship to be like an Imperial ship.
Hmm. Is that how you want to go about it?
Good, mean name.
Hacker. My name's Michael, but you can call me Dagger.
Dagger. Gotcha.
Michael with a B? Where? Oh, from the lack of laughs, I can tell that you guys have no idea what vine I'm talking about, and that really disappoints me on a basic human level.
I know the joke, I'm just laughing quietly.
Okay.
I'm an old man. I don't know how to do the vines. Don't even get me started on the kids and their TikToks.
To be fair, you don't know about all the obscure shit that I care about, so...
All right.
It's okay.
Without getting too off track, the Vine is basically a support group for people's fears. And this guy says, "Hi, I'm Michael with a B, and I'm afraid of insects." And somebody's like, "A bee?" And he's like, "Where?" He's, how do you spell Michael with a B? Anyway, it's funny. It's funny. Just to let you know.
All you need to know.
My delivery is not funny, but it's funny.
It was funny. Your delivery was just fine.
Oh, the helmet's coming out. Oh, the helmet head shake.
It's funny.
Anyways, that's the information you get. He does end the call with, if you have any questions, you can contact him.
I mean, I have a lot of questions for him. None of them are relevant to the mission.
Right. Kevin's gonna get a late night call.
Sup,
No, she's
bro?
She's not. It's a face-to-face thing. Okay, great. So we can try the codes again, or we can creep in, or we can just burn the place to the ground. Like, those are some choices.
I have a little bit of an out of character question.
Okay.
So this ship was technically owned by someone of some importance in the Empire, presumably, right? Like, because it was guarded by stormtroopers.
Not like super important, but yeah.
So during the week, would I have been able to like poke around in like the ship systems to see if there was a way I could verify these kind of codes?
Absolutely.
Probably under the guise of like looking to figure out how easily I could set up that second transponder.
Yeah, it just would be a sorry to say tech engineering, wrong system. What is it in this one? Use computer.
Boy, if we had
24.
Annie, we'd probably be doing well.
Right. Also, you all got another D6 because we got 5 retweets on the game tweet. If you're looking for the link for that, it's right there in chat.
Dang.
At 10, I get a D6. So 24. That's not bad. You're able to figure out how to edit the information in it, no problem. You get that objective without a hitch. The second objective, like figuring out how important was this guy, and I assume you're trying to figure out like would those codes still be valid?
I'm mostly trying to figure out like if I could like check our code cylinder and make sure it still works and that we could still basically use the same lie.
Gotcha. The Admiral Pell's cylinder, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, we're doing the opposite thing. We're attacking something in Pels, right?
Well, yes, but if we have his cylinder, then we have his authority to be there.
Excellent.
Yeah.
But we're trying to blame Dala.
Well,
Correct.
yeah. We'll plant stuff and then blow shit up.
Great.
I mean, clearly a band of ruffian Mandalorians got a hold of this code cylinder. Who knows what we can get up to? It's apparently not terribly secure.
Yeah, and you did get information, like access keys and things like that would point a finger back towards Dala. But you got a 24. Would you like to use a force point or a D6?
You know what? We have a whole heap of D6s. I will use a D6.
All right. Because you are so close to the next DC.
Does 2 points get me there?
It does.
Yay!
So yeah, with a 25 or 26, but the 25 is what you needed. You're able to find out that that code's been deactivated. Clearly, Dala and Pell or their people communicated, and they were like, "Yeah, no, we don't know anybody like that. We need to deactivate that code."
Nerds.
We did make a mess.
So, yeah. So
This is a small
unfortunately,
mess. Okay, so that
Unfortunately,
plan.
that
Bigger
makes
mess
sense.
than anybody but Zadu knows.
So Jai like pulls out that code cylinder, like plugs it into his new wrist computer thing, and like, oh yeah, we can't do that. This is burned, and then just yeets it somewhere behind him.
Mm-hmm.
there's a clanking noise, and you hear behind you, "Ow, that wasn't very nice."
Sorry, Locke.
It's all right. I'll kill you later.
Well, that's just true.
What if I trade you killing me for us letting you kill an entire base of Imperials?
He sort of like leans forward. It's a little awkward because he's a droideka, but it's definitely, you recognize it as the like head slamming down on the desk, leaning forward, like, do you promise?
I promise that is plan B. When inevitably this all goes to crap in our faces, we will unleash you.
Plan B is very much on the table. Plan A is unlikely.
This is a fair compromise.
Oh, good.
Zadu looks very proud of this display right now.
I love it.
Okay, so we have some codes to blame people with, but we don't have codes to access.
Correct.
If I'm understanding you correctly, Jai.
Well, the ones that we used on Dala's ships, they're no-go.
But we need a physical. We only have code, and we need a physical. Unless you have like something built into your armor that like is a connector.
I mean, I could probably, I can hack into their systems if we're inside. Slice in.
How long will it take?
I don't know. Long enough for, and he points at Locke, long enough for him to blow them all up.
Well, I want to shoot some too.
But
just as a quick note, those code cylinders are, or at least the ones you have, are reprogrammable. So like, you could just
I could just dump them onto that one, and make it another copy or something. Yeah, it's
okay.
We could go buy some data cards. Like, there's options, but I thought we wanted to try stealth. I could have sworn y'all said stealth.
I mean, but we also but we also have to do some kind of destruction to plant evidence.
Jai gestures at Locke.
Great. So we will stealth in, plant some evidence, blow shit up, shoot things, let droid shoot things. Also, I get to shoot things.
So he's just like, anybody else? Is this what we're going with? Because this is a weird way to, like, I'm not used to stealth. Any of y'all that are actually good at this?
Also, on the way out, we can shoot things with our ships. Because that's fun.
Oh, sorry, we're going
like
to
a
stealth?
goodbye kiss.
Sorry, we're going to attempt to stealth?
We're going to attempt to stealth to get in. And then we're going to do bad things, run out, and do more bad things.
It's scary when he laughs like that.
I like this plan.
Excellent. So we're going in through the roof, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know stealth better than I do.
Roof.
Oh?
Well,
I don't know stealth.
Do they?
Oh, well, do you want to do the code stuff then? Like, you can just fly your defender up to the big door.
I don't fly.
You and,
Zadu?
Zadu or Anaka can just fly up to... It's an Imperial ship. You could just fly it up to the big door while the rest of us sneak in.
You want me to fly the ship up to the door?
Put the code in to get in.
Right. So do you want me to bring Locke or...
Yeah. Great.
Anaka, Ilsa, help?
Also, just a quick reminder, if the characters don't remember this is totally fine. Just make sure the players remember Bevan did say recon, and then if you feel like you can handle it, destroy what you find.
Like we can't handle it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of us have glossed over that first part.
Okay. Just making sure that was still player knowledge. If the characters have forgotten it, that's totally fine.
Oh no, I totally forgot.
Last time,
forgot it.
Last time Anaka said, hey, let me get a good lock on what we're dealing with. Y'all decided to use destiny points to go jumping out of the ships. So
that was a fun day. Ilsa, remember when I jumped off of your tie?
Yes, I remember.
That was a fun day.
So are we using stealth?
Yes. Somebody is going to go fly into the big door. and be obnoxious, and the rest of us are going to sneak in through the roof.
While this conversation is happening, Anaka, I do need a use the force check.
Sure. That's a 30.
A 30. Fantastic. You feel a disturbance in the force. Unrelated to the plan that's going on right now. Did I use that word loosely? Unrelated to the conversation that's happening. You do feel a disturbance in the force, like someone's looking for you, and you get a bit of a cold feeling as you kind of make that connection in the force just momentarily. Now, question, you can try to pursue that connection, or you can try to move away from it. Which would you like to do?
Well, I'd certainly like to know who it is who thinks that they can touch my mind with the Force and get away with it unprompted. So I would like to see, I would like to figure out who this is, whatever information that I can get.
Okay. Would you like to do this without them knowing that you're doing it, or are you just like, yo, who this is? You know, who's doing this?
New phone, who this?
Who this? Yeah, thank you. That's the phrase I was looking for. New phone, who this?
She'll try to do it stealthily, I think.
Okay, then another use the force check.
That is another 30.
Another 30. Then yes, you do manage to do so pretty quietly. And you sense a very strong Sith presence, who seems to actively be looking for you, and definitely feels extremely powerful. There's no name associated with them. You've never met them before. You've never even really heard of them before, which is probably kind of alarming.
Is there any... Does she get any sense of hostility? I know you said she got like the cold shiver, like it's a, you know, a very interesting presence. Does she get any hostility from that? Like what kind of looking for you? Like I'm looking for you to murder you. Let me use my force brain to fry your innards. Or is it more so like just kind of touching base, looking to see if they can pick her up?
More the latter. You get a sense of scheming or planning rather than like open hostility.
Okay. Is she able to kind of drop that stealth and I guess not really ask, but kind of put forth that that kind of questioning, who are you? Like, what do you want? Why are you looking for me? That kind of vibe.
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay, yeah, she'll do that then. She drops the pretense of stealth and is actively looking for an answer.
Okay. You sort of hear in your head, it's not exactly audible, but it's just the sort of sense of words forming in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Of let's see if I can do this without killing my throat. There you are. And it's definitely creepy. You get the sense that this person's looking for you, and they are very excited to have made this connection and found you. And they're like immediately tracking you. And then what specific questions did you want to ask?
I guess first and foremost, who are you?
You get a vague sense of like enigma, like mystery, sort of a that's for me to know and you to find out without hearing those actual words.
Mm-hmm.
You get that it's probably a quite a large distance that you're communicating over.
Yeah, the kind of vibe that she would give back to that as kind of like, oh, like you're gonna tease me and then you're not gonna tell me who you are? That's not fair.
With that, you get the sense of like someone savoring something.
Just trying to think if there's any immediate questions that she would ask. I think she would probably kind of continue to push and be like, what can I do for you? What is the purpose of you trying to contact me?
With that, I don't think you get an answer on that one.
She's going to break her end of the connection if possible. Kind of slip back out of that.
Yeah, do another use the force check.
27.
27. You're able to kind of pull away from this connection, but you definitely get the sense that this person knows where you are, and is going to continue to be trying to look for you.
Hmm.
And all of that's happening while the crew is discussing the plan.
Quote unquote plan, the discussion.
Fantastic plan. What are you talking about?
Well, that's debatable. However, is there any way that she can kind of forcefully how do I trying to just figure out how to describe, not like forcefully cut that connection, but kind of cloak herself a little bit better, disrupt kind of that connection of like, hey, I'm tracking you.
You can absolutely try, and then again, it's going to be use the force.
So the answer's no. 29.
29. 1 second. I'm going to roll for this person.
It's like a 60 or something. Like, all right.
No, it's not a 60. I don't think.
I don't think.
Where did it go? Where did it go? Where is their skill? No, it's not a plus 60. But I do have advantage, so I'm going to go ahead and use that.
It's pretty close. It's a plus 55.
No. All right, so I rolled a number. And with the bonus, that is a 29.
So we both rolled 29?
Yes. I didn't forget, Michael, that I just used it. So yeah, we both rolled 29. I don't remember how this system deals with skill roll ties. Let's just roll again. Same thing, 29.
34.
Okay, then yes, you are able to cloak yourself for the moment.
Once she's able to kind of disarm that feeling, she just kind of like breathes very slowly out of her nose, and then tries to refocus on the conversation at hand.
Okay. Do you mention anything that just happened to everybody?
It doesn't seem pertinent to what we are doing exactly at this moment, so no. To her, it felt more like, hey, look, I'm directly talking to you in particular. I'm looking for you. So no, she's gonna take that and be like, interesting, but not needed right now.
Okay.
I feel like at some point, everyone in this party is going to have had contact with this
And they're all
person,
gonna be
and
like,
none of
"I'm
us are
gonna
going to
keep it to
talk about it.
Yeah.
We're all gonna show up at the final confrontation and be like, that guy! Wait, you knew him?
Great.
Hey, man.
You
Things
know.
happen.
Yeah. All right. So
So going back to this plan,
going back to
like-
the plan.
It's a great plan.
like
What is
as
it?
much as Muso loves strafing things with her laser cannons, she also really likes sneaking into places.
Well, you'll have a very big distraction.
Okay,
can
so
shoot on
just
the
to
way out.
recap, Bevan said, out of character, Bevan said, like, scope it out first, right? And then if you feel confident in being able to fuck with them, then go ahead.
I mean,
But the main point was, like, do some recon. It's like, figure shit out first, right?
Yeah,
Sure.
primary objective is recon. Secondary objective is disrupt if you feel you can.
oh, I'm sorry, I've just lost 30 seconds. What just happened? What did we say?
We were just recapping. I asked what Bevan said.
I just go in there and wreak havoc, right?
Yeah.
No.
Make him proud.
I mean,
No.
you guys want Zadu to be the one in charge of flying the ship into the base, putting the codes in.
No,
And
just your little ship.
none of you are going to babysit Locke. So
No, you
he's
gotta take-
obviously got to come with me.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
so you're a babysitter now? Are you going to babysit Juicy?
So if you want to, if you really wanted stealth,
No, I just want to stealth.
I want to
Murder
stealth
bot.
too.
murder
And I'm
by
bright
parental
pink, so-
assault.
So if you hit me, you did it on purpose.
okay. So
I'm trained in stealth, supposedly.
there's another option
God.
here. It's a whole moon. I can switch the transponders so that we're an Imperial ship. We could just like set down somewhere nearby. Y'all can sneak in. I can take Zadu and Locke, leave them on board the ship. We can fly the ship over, land at the base, and just start a distraction while y'all sneak in the other way and start wrecking havoc inside.
Sounds great.
Jai, Anaka kind of looks at you and don't be any like full of yourself or anything. It's not any sort of pride or it's more so like, wow, you used your brain one time. That's great for you. I'm
Jai is now
mentally giving you one clap just to look at you.
Oh, Jai feels that and is immediately like, we're best friends.
I love that you think that, though.
Congratulations. You gave him the one door.
It's a very snooty, like, oh look, you used your brain for once,
Look,
She always talks like that.
introspection has been a scary thing, and Jai's still getting used to the idea, but we basically have two squads of people with two very different sets of skills. He like points at himself and Zadu and Locke and just goes, kill things in spectacular fashion, sneak.
I'm also a very good pilot.
We can do both. Yes, y'all. He like points at the people who can fly. It's like, y'all are very good pilots. Points at Anaka and like himself, like, functional. Probably don't let Locke touch pilot controls.
Whoa, you don't know if he can pilot a ship or not.
Locke, can you do more with a ship than crash it into something?
Oh. Crashing isn't an option?
For this conversation, no.
Not these ships. There are 4 ships that are off limits. And they are within whatever size the ship is. of him. I forget how big it is, but I'll.
I'm sorry. I don't understand that word.
Which one?
Off limits?
You did this. You explain it.
It means we take away your guns if you do it.
Jai
That would be amusing to watch
slides
you
down
try.
the Jai slides down the bench away from Locke, just like
It starts powering up the weapons and laughing.
Muxo actually poses, like she like actually like does like the buy spread in her seat, like she's just it's fine, no problem.
All right. Somebody needs to persuade Locke to stand down. Whoever would like to try that.
Actually, before we do that, can I can I gently use my ionize to give Locke a little timeout? Not to murder him, but to just yeehaw there, cowboy, to sleep for 5 minutes.
Excuse me.
Yes. Just don't fail.
Yeah, just don't roll a nat one.
Because failing would be really bad on that. How does it work again? How does your force power work?
I just reprinted them, so let me look. Ionize saved them from the water spill. You call upon the force to overload electrical systems and droids. It does say damaging or destroying the unit, but she wants to be able to control it enough just to give them a little zap, set them straight. One target within 6 squares.
Is there a DC or like a defense that it targets?
Yes. It's measured against the reflex defense, and for DC of 20, 25, and 30, it's 46, 5d6, and 66 of points of damage. However, because she's not specifically trying to damage it, could I tweak that and yeah.
Specifically for Locke, yes.
Yeah.
Your reflex defense target that you need is 16.
Well, my use the force is 16, so anything that I roll that isn't an out one will be fine.
All right.
I rolled a 12. Thank God.
Okay.
So that's a 28.
Yeah, you're able to zap it, and Locke just shuts down for 5 minutes.
Sweet.
There's a little text floating in the air that says Locke will remember this. Just floats away.
Anaka kind of the only real indication that you get from her that she's done anything is she gives a little flourish with her fingers where she kind of waves her fingers a little bit as she's shutting him down.
Yeah.
Kind of like a mock goodbye as she uses her power.
Yeah, Locke shuts down rather dramatically.
See you later. Okay, cool.
See? No problem.
Going to be interesting to wrangle him later.
He can't fly our ships.
He
can't fly our ships.
Did I say he was going to fly a ship?
No, just... If that's going to be his reaction to us putting our foot down about something like that, no.
I mean, you just have to explain the concept to him.
I might have been a little strong with that. I apologize for the labor you're going to have to put in later.
That's fine. I mean, if I die, I'm dead. You'll have to deal with him then.
Quite true.
It's a great way to look at that.
Don't worry, I already told him that you're next in charge.
I don't
You're the next master.
I understand the implications. Great. Okay. So, I like Jai's plan. Let's do it.
All right. I will need a. I'll let you choose. Use computer or mechanics, Jai, to swap that transponder.
They are the same, so use computer.
Okay. Yeah.
23.
So
So somebody in chat give us a sufficiently imperial bad guy name for the ship to be in imperial mode.
perfect. And yeah, it's a flip switch, so you can have it as your normal transponder, or you just flip a switch and it goes to that.
And it makes that really great toggle sound.
Oh yeah, it's like a click noise.
Just call it
Just call it imperial mode.
We're the
It's pronounced mode.
imperial mode.
Imperial mode activated.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's actually Imperial Mode. Oh, yeah, that's great.
Oh, that did it. That's the trick.
Just a little accent over the E. It's perfect.
Yes.
Okay, so that name or another one if you decide later. You've got that set up. It looks like an Imperial ship. You've got sort of a plan. Is there anything else that you want to do before you hit that moon to prepare?
Anaka's just gonna do like a quick, meditation, breathe it all out. I'd like to have that ionized back before we get there.
That's fair.
Where are you meditating?
It's gonna...
She just meditating in a room? That's the thing.
Oh yeah,
Got it.
probably she just heads back to her.
Okay. So Sadu does not notice that.
Also, you've got a couple days before you get there, so you'll have time to sleep and meditate and everything.
Okay. Sweet.
And just as a reminder, because it might cross Anaka's mind during that time, I did mention that one of the people that she's looking for works for this guy that you're going to mess with, and he's like some sort of scientist type person, so there's a chance you could run into them here.
So how do you guys feel about adding a new crew member?
They have to sleep in the brig.
Yeah, we have one of those now.
Suddenly, this is an episode of Animus. We're just gonna steal him. You belong to us now.
Thank you!
I mean,
Thanks, Michael,
look.
for another gifted sub. Vanessa, that one went to you, so 2d6 or an advantage to a player, whichever one you'd like to do.
Oh, sweet. Thank you, Michael. I'm not currently at my laptop. I'm heating up some stew, so I'll be back. But you can go ahead and add 2d6, Raven.
Okay. To you or to me?
Oh, cast.
Okay.
Not your nonsense. Absolutely not.
Perfect.
Our
Cast.
nonsense.
Ravenstone got sassy about this.
Ilse,
Cast, that's such a weird way to say GM. All right,
Isn't
you
it
got the
just?
2d6.
Ilse has a pet, Zadu has a pet, and now Anaka's gonna have a pet.
Yeah, there you go.
What's this pet like?
Absolutely. I like that thinking. This scientist is now my pet. Treat him accordingly.
Well, you have to
Or
keep
her,
your pet in your
or her.
quarters. Those are the rules.
I'm sure Anaka will do just fine. Don't worry about it. She'll keep him locked in there. It's cool.
Okay.
All right.
That's
This
not
is gonna
sinister
get
at all.
interesting.
Sinister or fun? That's to be determined. Who knows?
It's amazing how often those two terms coincide. Anyways, on that note, yeah, your trip to the moon is rather uneventful. When you get to the moon, on approach, you don't see anything. But when you get closer, your sensors are able to detect a Star Destroyer that's like sort of like hiding behind the moon. So it's like moving in such a way that when you approach it from the hyperspace lanes, you're not going to see it until you're like right up on top of it. I assume you're already running with Imperial Mode as your transponder name.
Yes.
100%.
I immediately forgot that's what we went with. I was like, what do you mean? Imperial Mode. But yeah.
I'm just imagining the conversation with somebody on the Star Destroyer, going, yeah, Imperial Mode, and one of you just blurting out, it's pronounced Mode.
Oh god, that's Jai, isn't it? That's 100% Jai.
If Muxa would hear it, she would do it in a very like chill way, like, no pal, it's Mode.
But yeah, your transponder's good, and you are clear to go land, and you're in a freighter, so they assume that you're there to deliver supplies, and they send you on down. Where would you like to land to drop off your quote-unquote cargo of not sneaky Mandalorians that are going to break into the bunker?
Well, we can just drop from the ship before it lands, can't we? We have jetpacks.
Oh, that's true. You could do that.
Hey, Anaka does not have a jetpack.
Oh,
That
shit.
is also
Anaka,
true.
yeah, I'm sorry to tell you, but she doesn't have like jet boosters built into her skin.
Isn't that
As
like
cool as that would
you
be.
have or something? Can't you just fly?
I keep saying we should
You
get her
just
armor.
fly.
Like, can't you like that? Like that guy in the blue and red suit, you know, with like the shorts, and he has a red cape. Can't you just fly like him?
Superman?
What? What?
Oh, God.
I mean, I suppose she does have Force Slam, which just like rockets out a wave of force energy. She can just fall and then aim it at the ground, I guess.
That'd actually be
But-
really badass unless you roll
Yeah.
a 1 and then, oops.
Yeah. That's very true.
Seems worth the risk.
All right, so we'll land somewhere. We won't use the jetpacks this time.
I still have a thing where I could give her advantage for that if she needs it to.
Actually, yeah, Mama didn't raise no fool. She's doing that.
Okay,
It's going to be her moment of showing off to show
I'm
that
gonna-
Jai isn't special.
and I'm going to give you my advantage that I got from the subscription earlier.
Awesome.
Anaka, come on. That just means that you're proving that you have what it takes to keep up with Jai, like a best friend would.
Oh, sweetheart. The fact that you think that she would want to keep up with Jai is absolutely just the cutest thing she's ever heard.
You'll come around.
God. I just had a realization.
Mm.
If we've been joking around that Jai's like the Goku character or equivalent, that would make a knock of Vegeta.
I love it. Thank you.
If I had any concept of who that was, I'd be like, ha, cool.
Vegeta's the broody, proud former villain that Goku thinks is his best buddy, and he can't stand Goku.
I love that. Yes. Also, I rolled a 28.
Okay.
Jeez.
Oh, so we are jetpacking down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yes.
Anaka just launched. So as you guys, I just picture it like as we're approaching and you guys start jumping out with your jetpacks.
Yeah, we don't even think about you.
Yeah, you guys don't have any concept, and she just kind of like shakes her head and mumbles to herself some insults in like Togruti, And then she does that thing where, like, you know, you just step forward and step off into the void. That's kind of what she does. She just takes a step forward off the ship and falls downwards. And as she is falling, she gets closer to the ground. She uses her force slam to kind of propel herself up a little bit so that she's able to land on her feet. Yeah.
Great. So who's flying the Imperial Mode to the ground?
Probably Zadu.
Great. Okay, good. I'm glad somebody is flying the ship.
You wanted this.
Jai could probably handle it for this
You
short little
wanted
distance,
this.
but Zadu is an actual pilot.
Yeah.
I think that's the plan, because that also keeps Locke on the ship for now.
Are we saying we're here for Admiral Adala?
Pell.
Yeah, Dala.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're
well,
messing with
well-
Pell this time.
Right.
Which is why we couldn't use Pell's codes.
Adala.
Yeah, you absolutely could say that you're here for or because of Pell to get in, but yeah, ultimately you want them to think it's Admiral Dala that's doing all of this,
Cool.
is the objective.
Dala at you later.
That's amazing. All right. So I'm going to say that everybody else, you land in one of those forested areas. So again, not super thick forest. It's not great cover in terms of visibility, but it's something. And then, Anaka, do you want to describe like what it looks like as you gently somewhat hit the ground?
Yeah, I think I've sent you guys kind of sketches of what Anaka looks like in the Discord. So she has a lot of flowy fabric involved with her outfit. So as she kind of like uses the force to propel herself up and is able to like land nicely, all of that fabric just kind of like flutters to the ground as she like, you know, straightens up and, you know, easy peasy. Don't worry about it.
Nice. Okay. And then Zadu, the Star Destroyer has already messaged down to expect your ship with the assumption that you're bringing supplies. So do you go right up to the front door and land? Do you land somewhere else? How do you want to do this?
How do I want to do this?
You got free reign, whatever you want to do.
Basically my own plan now.
Jai is like sitting in the cockpit, just like watching this, just going, "Uh-oh."
Give us at least 5 minutes, gosh.
Front door. If I go to the front door, that's less time that we'll have to, they'll have to sneak around. What else is in the area? Where else can I land?
There's lots of different options for you. There is so the bunker's sort of built into this kind of plateau, and there's a little bit of a field right in front of it. It's not been paved or anything like that, but it has been sort of the ground's been compressed, so it's sort of like a dirt road, but it's a dirt road parking lot, if you will. Yeah, so there's that as an option. If you want to land away, there's a couple of like little sort of box canyons between plateaus and things like that where you could sort of hide the ship if you wanted to, or you can land on top of one of them if you want to have a good vantage point. There are a couple other options, but those are like the most obvious.
Okay, Jai.
Yeah.
Good question.
What's up?
First, this ship has shields, right?
Oh yeah.
Good. Second question, can you make it look like something's gone wrong? Just a bunch of smoke and, a lot of pop and circumstance.
Jai's just like, oh, you are speaking my language.
All right.
Yeah.
I propose a fake, forced landing.
Can you bluff the comms? Like, because I can make us just belch out some smoke and have a couple of sudden drops and some power failures. Like, we can have a ball. Can you bluff the comms?
I mean, it's more likely.
Awesome, let's do it. And Jai like just like vaults out of his chair and runs back to the engine room.
Okay.
This is gonna be on mechanics, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. If you're wanting to pull that off, then it would be, yeah, mechanics roll.
Okay. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. That's a 30.
30. Yeah, you're able to pull that off pretty darn well. You're pumping out smoke, like one of your stabilizers keeps cutting out, so like the ship sort of dips to one side every so often. Yeah, you're looking kind of in a tough spot.
Now that I've figured that out, can I remember and like later after this mission take time to basically work in like a switch in the cockpit that I can just be like, cool, we're gonna pretend to crash and hit the button and all this happens again?
If you want to like make that a toggleable thing, I'd say you'll need another mechanics check to do that when you've got like when you're landed and have more time.
Cool.
But because you figured it out here, I'll let you do that with advantage.
Nice. I also do want to note that neither Zadu or I told any of our ground team about this. So if y'all happen to see us, all of a sudden it looks like we're crashing. Hello.
Yep.
The kipper. Oh no. I walk away from it for 10 minutes.
Yeah, so I just, Zadu waits for that to be wrapped up before deciding on. I think I want to. I'm not gonna. Should I have this shit? If we go into a box canyon, then we're like, oh, we seem to be having some trouble. We're going down. Need assistance. They'll come to the box canyon. We can ambush them there with Locke. Takes them out. It's basically drawing attention.
Brilliant tactical plan.
I like this plan.
Yes, let's do that. Okay, time to get on the comms to the ship.
Okay. Yeah, by the time that you go to get on the comms, they're already hailing you with concern, going, yeah, I've been told it's the Imperial Mode. Are you okay? Do you need assistance? What's going on? There's smoke pouring out of your ship.
Something appears to have gone very wrong. Jai, can you fix it?
Everything's coming apart, man. We're going down hard.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. I have to get back to you. Wait, what is that? What is that? I cut comms.
I love it. Roll. I need a deception roll, but given A, that beautiful performance, and B, the convincing display from Jai's handiwork, do so with advantage.
Oh, here comes the interesting part. My deception is +2.
Okay.
No.
Oof. Okay. 17. Okay. It's a very convincing display that's happening with the ships pouring smoke and stuff, so I'm going to keep that a very low DC and say yes, that succeeds. Yeah, you're able to land. You've still got smoke pouring up from the ships, so anybody outside the canyon's going to see, they may expect it to be a crater for all they know. Yeah, what's up?
Sorry, just adding on a little bit. After they've landed, Zadu basically he mashes the communication button to give it the sort of like, can you read me, like sort of, and he's like, need assistance, crewmate injured.
Okay, yeah, you're able to do that as well. Get some more urgency on there to it, and pretty much all but 2 of the stormtroopers that they had outside this bunker, which there was probably about a facility like this probably had about a dozen guards just scattered across this landing pad. So there's about 10 stormtroopers coming your way. Yeah, I think that's a good spot to take a break. We're a little past our normal break time, so we're gonna take a 15-minute break. Let everybody stretch their legs, grab drinks, snacks, that sort of thing. And then when we come back, we'll find out what happens with those 10 stormtroopers coming into that canyon, and if our sneaky team can actually be sneaky. We'll find out. So
This is a
yeah.
hell of a
Wait.
distraction.
Am I even skilled in this?
So yeah, go grab snacks, hydrate, take care, and be back in 15 minutes because we're gonna find out what crazy shenanigans we get up to now. Be right back. welcome back. All right, so when we left off, we had Zadu and Jai in the Imperial Mode, feigning engine trouble, stuck in a box canyon, and about 10 stormtroopers are running in to assist. So this canyon's got a fairly narrow opening. So if they all come in like in a queue, which probably not, but just to give you an idea of what this looks like, if they were all in a line, they'd be about 3 stormtroopers across. It's about as wide as it gets. How would you like? Yeah, how would you like to position either the ship or yourselves or the TIE defenders in the ship? Whatever you want to use. How do you want to set up for this?
How big is the canyon from like the back of it to the entrance?
It was a bit of a tight fit to get the ship in here.
Okay.
Not like inches, but you got maybe a foot or two of clearance on all sides.
Okay, so this isn't going to be like I'm shooting down a long canyon kind of deal. Okay. Then that scraps the sniper idea. I think what Jai is going to be okay. So we need to get Locke in position so that he can just like open up on them, and maybe you and I can like flank from the sides.
Do we have any explosives?
No. Not yet. It's on my shopping list, but it's hard to find detonite.
It's a shame.
Plus, it's like 1,000 credits a roll.
All right. Locke.
About that point, Locke comes back online after being down from getting zapped.
Oh, right.
It goes, what happened? Where am I? What's going on?
Focus. Now, we've got a bunch of how to put this?
Targets.
Targets coming
Targets?
for you. Yes.
I like targets.
Yes, they're going to be coming down, to help us, and you're going to kill them.
But didn't you say at one point we don't shoot people that try to help us?
Yeah, but
we lied to them.
Yeah.
So only shoot people that try to help you if you've lied to them. Got it. And he just starts wheeling towards the exit of the ship.
I'm really not sure you took. Really not
That's
sure you took.
problematic given the amount we lie to each other.
So what were you gonna say, Par?
Okay, I don't know if he took the right lesson away from that, but all right, Jai. Let us set up.
All right.
All right. You want left or right?
You reckon we should? I think we should do some double flamethrower action.
Ooh. Let's do it. Does Locke know not to shoot us?
Locke?
Yes, master? You hear on the comms, because he's rolling away.
We're going to be there with you, helping you out, so make sure you do not hit us.
Right. Shoot the helpers that you lied to, not the helpers who didn't lie to... Just,
No.
Which ones do I not shoot again?
Us.
Do not shoot us. I'm, I am what I am to you. And Jai is a very good friend to you. If you ever hurt, he will be the one to help you feel better.
This is... Okay, don't shoot Master. Don't shoot the one that provides night entertainment. Got it.
Wait, what?
Don't worry about it.
That's my line? Okay, we should go. This is weird.
I don't know what he means by that. Not sure.
Locke goes and gets into position. And then I presume the two of you are wanting to hide beside the entrance or the where the stormtroopers are going to be coming through.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah,
Okay.
It seems fine.
But mostly, I'm just prepping my flamethrower aimed at where they have to come in.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, and you two are level 4 now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, just making
Yeah.
sure I'm
Yeah.
making sure that I am balancing this correctly.
Yeah, these aren't 501st troopers, right?
You'll be fine. 501st? I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm suddenly way more concerned with this plan than I was a minute ago.
Nah, you'll be fine.
It will be fun.
I do need a piece of paper so I can write down initiatives and such, though. Here we go. All right, so I need a stealth roll from both of you. If you would like to hide, unless you want to just be, right out in the open.
I'm actually ludicrously good at this. I don't know why I don't use it. I say that and I only get an 18.
I'm not good at this at all.
Okay.
I didn't do too much better than you, though, so...
So a 10 and an 18. What is their perception? It's a +9. So that's a 13, a 26, and a...
This plan's going great.
25. So one of them doesn't see you. But they're running up. Also, they're expecting to help a ship. So even though that they do see you, they are calling out like, "Hey, are you okay? What's going on?" As they approach.
Oh, if they're not in range of Locke yet, I will once again try to deceive them.
Okay.
Oh, thank God you are here. I look at Jai and I'm like, oh, I told them he was hurt. You're here.
Ow.
Sorry. Just securing our perimeter.
All right. Can I get a deception roll from Zadu?
Okay. If I roll low, I can try to roll it again. Just Twi'lek things.
All right.
I will roll that again. It must be accepted if it's worse. Okay. Did that?
11?
I was gonna say
That's a little better.
I was gonna say that roll doesn't go through like I wanted to.
So they don't quite believe you, but it's enough of a delay of it kind of catches them off guard a little bit. That I'm just gonna say that you all get the first action in the encounter, just by default, by virtue of confusing them momentarily. All right, so I do still need initiative rolls to see who goes first among the three of you.
Okay. Initiative.
Okay. And
My initiative is low. Oh.
okay. Oh, tie. So looks like Jai has slightly higher dex, it looks like.
18, yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like Jai will go first. With Zadu hot on the heels. Locke is going third for reasons.
For murdery reasons.
Dramatic reasons. Alright, these guys have initiative +2, so let's see what they get. So that's a 14. A 16. And a number that's lower than that, so. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so the encounter begins. You've got 3, we'll call them squads. So roughly these 10 stormtroopers are set up into 3 groups that we're treating as 3 units for mechanics purposes. They're a little confused. They hesitate. Jai, you get to go first.
Oh boy. We're right up on them, right?
They're about, let's say, 18 squares away.
Oh. Ooh.
So they're not like immediately in front of you, but they're running towards you.
Okay.
They're kind of in the middle of the opening to this canyon.
So on the helmet comlink to Zadu and be like, I don't think the crossed flamethrowers is gonna work yet. How about we just shoot them? Pull up my gun. And I'm not gonna move this turn, so I'm gonna just pick one of them in the front row. I'm gonna aim at this little jerk. Not that matters because he doesn't have cover. And I'm gonna blast him.
All right, there he is. Blast him.
I blasted him. I feel like.
Yeah. Holy cow. What is their damage threshold? Okay, the damage threshold is actually quite high. So it doesn't pass their damage threshold, but like a couple of them go down. About you could say half.
Is this like a mob?
Yeah, they're 3 units of multiple stormtroopers.
Yes.
You take out half the unit, if that gives you any indication of how much damage you just did.
Okay, so I got no benefit to aiming there. Can I retroactively say I didn't aim because I didn't need to?
Sure.
Cool. So then I'm gonna activate my jetpack, and I'm going to like go up and back and land on top of the ship.
Okay. Sounds good. Zadu, your turn next.
So
pretty safe up here, buddy.
Here's something funny. Jai mentions a blaster, and Zadu just kind of looks down and was like, "You know I don't carry a blaster, right?"
Jai is flummoxed by this. Like he's on top of the ship, just like, and just stops moving. Just like, wait, what?
I almost never carry a blaster.
Oh, what? I don't know how to respond to that. Okay. Do you need to borrow one?
this is a bad time to be having this conversation.
Well, it could have been better, yes. Well, Locke still has blasters, so maybe go like punch one of them and then jetpack out.
Okay, that no. What is it? Wait, what is the range of the flamethrower, by the way?
6 squares. It's a 6 square cone, if I recall correctly.
And they're 18 squares away.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna. Can I hold an action?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I'll just wait for them to get into range.
Okay.
And blast them with fire.
All right. Then it will be Locke's turn next. Locke's turn. Words are hard. Locke is still in a ball. And quite loudly, in a very tinny, old speaker kind of tone, just starts playing Pop Goes the Weasel again. And that is all he does this turn.
Oh no.
It's the Stormtrooper's turn next. All of them advance 6 squares, which puts them within 12 squares of Zadu. So on your turn, you could, or I guess at any point really, whenever you want to, you can advance 6 squares and flamethrower if you want. And they would just barely be in range. All right, so all of them advance, and they're going to start shooting at the 3 of you. All right. So for Jai, that is blasters. That is a 15 versus reflex defense. I'm going to assume that misses.
Oh, no. Yeah.
All right. Then that's a 19 at Zadu.
Reflex?
Yeah.
That misses.
Misses, and they miss Locke as well. Wow, they're doing fantastic.
Classic Stormtrooper aim.
Yeah,
we're talking about Stormtroopers here.
Yeah, they somehow managed to miss all of you, and that's their turn. So it'll go back up to Jai, unless Zadu, did you want to do anything?
I'm not sure how the action economy works.
So it's basically you get a move action, a standard action, and a swift action. You can move 6 squares on your turn. Your standard action is basically you can attack, and then a swift action is something very quick, like swapping out a blaster or flipping a switch or going prone or something like that. You can also convert a standard action into another move action, so you could move 12 squares. You just don't get to attack.
I won't do that. No, I think I'm chill for now.
Okay, then we'll go on back to Jai, and that'll put you back at the normal number 2 spot in the order.
Then I'll just blast again.
Okay. Are you aiming for the same group or a different one?
Probably same group, I guess. I'm already working on them. I'll just keep chewing away at that one.
All right.
And pew pew.
Jeez.
This is making up for how badly I did on the roof.
There are a couple of Wilhelm screams, and that unit is toast. They are completely gone.
Pew pew.
All right, Zadu, it is your turn now.
Well, after that display, I look back at Jai.
It's
Just Zadu quietly thinks to himself, yeah, him and Locke are going to get along very well. So if I move 6 squares to blast and fire,
Mhm.
and then an action, the swift action's only going to like going prone.
Yeah.
I'm not. Oh god, I'm gonna hold again.
Okay. All right. In that case, Locke has gotten to the "Pop Goes the Weasel" part of the song, and pops out of ball mode into full attack mode and just starts blasting. While laughing, I should add. Let's see here.
World.
All right, so if we are doing... Okay, so that's the bonus for both cannons. All right, he's doing both barrels, aiming at the 2 different units. So that makes it a 19 and a 22, which is gonna hit, and that's gonna do 3d8 damage to one and 3d8 to the other. The first one takes 14 and the second one takes 15. A couple stormtroopers go down. It's the stormtroopers' turn next. They're going to advance. So they're kind of getting angry. They're yelling and charging and hopping over the smoking bodies of their dead friends. And both units are going to throw a grenade. One is aimed at Jai, and one is aimed at Locke. Which is let's see. Grenades are 4 square bursts, so it won't it won't hit Zadu. All right, so the one coming at Jai is a 21.
No!
That misses?
I have a 25 reflex.
Holy crap. All right. So it doesn't hit you, but it does do half damage because it is an area of effect. 4d6 times 2. So, or in this case, not times 2. So you take 12 damage from the shrapnel. And then Locke's is an 8. And his reflex defense is 16. So that will also be half damage to Locke. Oof. Which is 20. He does have his shield up, which I believe I said was a shield rating of 10. Alright. So Locke is currently at 30 hit points out of 40. I'm just going to keep a note of that as well. So Locke will need some repairs after this is done. But that's the stormtroopers' turn. They've advanced. So They are now 6 squares away from Zadu. And it's Jai's turn again.
All right, Jai did not appreciate that. So he's going to target the group that has the jerk that threw a grenade at him.
All right, this unit 2.
And I'm going to blast them and hope the hits keep on rolling.
All right, go ahead. 18. That will still hit.
Neat.
And does 17 damage. Okay. A couple more of them go down, but the unit is still together. And then Zadu, it is your turn.
All right. Flame on.
All right.
So if I set this up correctly, this is Dex.
That's going to hit, and it will hit all of them for 12 damage, taking out Unit 2. And Unit 3 is not great and on fire. Beautiful. All right, you still have a move action that you can take if you'd like, and a swift.
So I want to pull up my vibroblade.
Okay. So that'll do the swift action.
Since they're coming in. And I want to get closer, sort of to Locke.
Okay. Locke's sort of standing just barely at the exit of this little box canyon that you're in. Sort of right there in the middle, close to it. So you can easily reach that. All right. And that makes Locke's turn. And Locke is going to give that one unit both barrels again. And that definitely will hit. And there's nothing left of that unit. Like they are little bits of armor here and there, and that's all that's left. Which will take you out of combat. And I think that's a good spot to jump over to our stealth team. So, you all have either jetpacked or force slammed your way into this forest, and you probably catch a little glimpse of the ship seeming to go down with smoke pouring out of it, and then you can hear blaster fire in the distance. What do you do from here?
Muxa will hit communicator and say, if you don't give us status in 5 minutes, we're going to assume you're dead, and then just leaves it. Like, that's it. Let's advance, ladies. Elsa? Would you like
Yes,
to lead?
let's advance. Yes.
Great. So we're going to head toward the roof.
All right. I will need stealth rolls from everyone.
Absolute garbage is what I rolled.
Oh no.
16.
Okay. You do still have that advantage sitting there.
Let's see if anybody else needs it first.
Okay.
I do not.
So Ilsa got a 17.
Yeah, but I can. Yeah, 17.
I would definitely recommend one of you use the advantage and the other maybe use some force points or d6s. You currently have 7 d6 to pull
Can
from.
I use a d6 since I don't I don't think I can use the force point, can I?
Yeah, assuming you have some. A force point is basically the same thing as a d6. It's just a finite amount that you have until you level up, and then it refills.
So we have a fresh amount.
Yeah, you just leveled up, so you should be full.
I'll use a force point.
Okay.
Do I need to? Is 21 okay?
No, 21's good.
Okay.
So I got a 6 with my force point roll.
Fantastic. All right, so that puts you at a 23, so you're good. And then, Vanessa, you said you had, what's the total again?
I had 16. I just used a force point and rolled a 5, so it's a 21.
21? All right, then you're all good to go.
We are very quietly looking good.
Yes. You're able to advance up to the top of this plateau that the bunker has built into. And along the way, you notice some basically security cameras, which you are able to sort of stay out of their range of motion with your stealth rolls.
Yeah, Muxo isn't wearing her shine. She has a stealth outfit. It's still gold, but it's not as shiny.
All right.
So she did prepare for this.
Perfect. And yeah, I need a perception roll from everyone while you're up there.
So wait, we were dressing up for this?
Well, mission
I mean,
appropriate.
Muxo did.
Well, I guess Elsa would have dressed up too.
Great. What are you wearing?
Not anything shiny.
Oh, absolutely.
Good call. Good call.
Anaka wears all black anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
This is probably she's probably wearing something like she thinks like exciting, but it's like really boring and drab and like brown, and it's exciting for her.
That works. All right. So
Muxo refrains when she sees it. Refrains from commenting something like, "Oh, you remind me of my grandma."
Oh, is it total grandma outfit?
Oh yeah, she does not say that, but she definitely thinks it.
Can I?
Right.
Oh my gosh.
It's 11.
I'm rolling hot today.
But a D6 wouldn't help that at all, would it?
I mean,
Well, only one of us really has to perceive.
Okay, then
true.
then she's Elsa's more worried about her grandma outfit.
So say a 17, you might notice something. You'd have to roll really high on the d6. But yeah, Muxo's gonna notice this. What did you get, Anaka?
Well, Anaka has this little thing called force perception where she can use her force abilities to perceive. So
right.
I rolled a 34.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I get to roll again. I have a feat where I can roll perception again, but I have to take the result of the second roll no matter what.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah.
Which I'm
Throw
going
that
to
in
do
there.
once I pull my sheet up again.
Sometimes I roll 4s, other times I roll 18s.
Yeah, I only had 4. I rolled a 19. That was pretty awesome.
Please be a good one.
Nice.
26.
Okay. So yeah, everybody notices what's going on. So yeah, on the top of this plateau, there's like you know how some houses will have like this big fake rock out in the yard, and like underneath of it is like a hidden key or something like that. That's kind of what this is. They're like rock shelf sized rocks. It's very thin and wide. Like a big sheet of shale or something like that. But they're red in color, and they're obviously fake when you get really close to them, but from a distance they look real. And these things are slightly elevated, covering vents that go down into the ground. They are wide enough for a person to fit through, but for Muxo and Ilsa being in armor, it's going to be a particularly tight squeeze, but you can fit.
Okay.
You just might make some noise from the armor scraping against the sides occasionally. So stealth will be at a disadvantage in the vents. Anaka, you should be fine.
Okay.
The vents are covered, though, with a metal mesh.
Okay.
And there's like 3 of these up there.
Can we just remove it, or do we have to actually destroy it to get rid of it?
It's
Is it bolted or screwed?
It's pretty attached. It's like part of the vent.
Okay, so it's like welded on.
Yeah.
All right. Blasters are not quiet.
They are not. Lightsabers are decently quiet, though.
They sure are.
Significant look in Anaka's direction. Like,
well, it's funny you say that because she was moving before you even looked at her. Of course, she's going to use her lightsaber. So yeah, Anaka approaches these vents, kind of does a little circle around looking at them, moves aside the cloak she's wearing, and takes out her lightsaber, which she ignites.
Nice. Have you described for us before what your lightsaber looks like? I can't remember.
I have not. I've not given any really detailed thought into the appearance of the hilt or anything like that.
Okay.
But what I will say is perhaps if design is not an issue, if you were to inspect the hilt closely enough, that perhaps there might have been some sort of alteration to it, some piece removed, perhaps. But that's about all that's really different from any regular lightsaber hilt. It's just a single bladed lightsaber now.
Okay. And what color is the blade again?
It is a nice, beautiful, glowing red.
Nice. All right. Then yeah, you're able to pull that out and make quick work of that mesh without making a whole lot of noise.
Sweet.
all right, I'll set my grapple at the top and kind of, with that disadvantage for stealth, try to drop down.
All right, yeah. Go ahead and roll stealth as you are moving through this vent.
If I can keep Frank off the keyboard. Being very bad.
I'm still laughing at the image of this Mandalorian in full armor trying to squeeze through a metal air vent.
Oh, a fat Mandalorian in full armor. And
Oh no.
it's even with disadvantage. Like, I haven't even rolled the disadvantage yet. My first roll's a 13. I'm guessing it wasn't that stealthy. Let's see how bad it was.
No.
Well, I had 10, so I have to roll under a 3 for it to be worse.
That's true. There's always
And I
a
did
1.
not.
Okay.
So 13.
13. Yeah, it's like you're trying to be quiet, and it's like when you're it's the middle of the night, you want to get a snack from the kitchen, but all of the floorboards are creaky and you're trying to be quiet, but every single step is just louder than the last. And you're just wincing every time you move. That's pretty much what it's like right now for Muxo, except instead of creaky floorboard, it's scraping and metal creaking.
It's so bulky, especially since we have our jetpacks on.
Mm-hmm.
Normally she'd pull her cloak around, but it doesn't fit over the jetpack.
So
I have nowhere to put it.
you're not sure if anyone's heard you because you are still pretty high up in the ventilation system.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely apparent that this is not going to be that sneaky in armor.
Good thing I
Can
brought
I-
a blaster rifle.
Can I do a quick perception check to see with the Force if there is anybody immediately nearby that might have heard us already?
You sure can.
26.
You do not feel anyone close by that is alarmed. A little bit further out, you probably sense some death happening. And alarm happening from over by the ship where the stormtroopers are dying right now.
Tasty.
But nothing, yeah, yeah, but nothing close by, and you do get just a hint of that presence you felt earlier moving closer to you, but it feels like it's still very far away.
Okay, let's stick
like
a pin in that one.
like in space far away, moving closer.
All
to
right. Yeah, let's stick a pin in that because it's not alarming yet. Emphasis on the yet.
Yeah, just FYI, just throwing that in there.
Other than that, Anaka just throws a quick like, "You have to be quieter," like something to that degree to Muxo.
Okay.
Good question. How long would it take for Elsa to take her armor off and like kind of carry it with her and then put it back on?
Not long at all.
Can she do that so she doesn't make as much noise and not get the death glare?
Absolutely.
So what we're saying is maybe there should have been a little more plan here.
Well, I mean, she already watched you get in trouble, so.
You tried something, it didn't work the best. This is how we learn. Yeah, it only takes you a couple minutes to take the armor plating off and bundle that up together so that you can fit in the vent easily. Muxo, do you want to come out of the vent and try that, or are you committed at this point?
Well, how far did I make it before?
Oh, maybe like
yelled at me.
3 squares, so like 15 feet or so.
How much further do I have to go?
It seems like this is a long vent.
Okay, I'll come back up.
It's kind of in the side of a plateau, which is roughly small mountain sized. So it's a big facility.
Okay. If removing armor isn't the whole like D&D version, yes. I don't want to take 10 minutes.
No.
I'm worried about the Kipper, and we need to get done with this because the ship crashed.
I've literally been in Mandalorian armor. Granted, it was a little bit lighter than metal, but same parts and everything. It took me like a minute to get out of the armor.
Okay, and so we've spent more than 5 minutes. Have they got back to us yet?
That's a good question. Jai and Zadu, do you come back to the stealth team?
I think for the humor's sake, it's going to be like in the middle of the firefight, like after dropping that first group, Jai's just like, yeah, we're fine killing stormtroopers. Be with you in a minute.
Okay.
Perfect.
That's fine. That's fine. We're all adults here.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Sort of, yeah. All right, cool. Then, yeah, if you come back out, take the armor off, you're no longer at a disadvantage on stealth, and you can move through without too much of an issue.
Great. Oh, it feels weird, though.
What order do you go? Because that is important, because it's single file only.
Anaka is going to go first.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to slide in there, no problem. I do need a stealth roll just to make sure you're not making a lot of racket once you're inside. But you've got a little bit of room to move around.
I put points into stealth. It would be very unfortunate if I tank it. It's an 18. Could be better.
Yeah, it's not great. You're not scraping the walls and stuff, obviously, but you're still occasionally putting your hand down on a spot that's not quite as sturdy, so it does that little like boom boom noise where the metal flexes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
However, Anaka will maintain to her last breath that is a structural mistake and has nothing to do with her.
All right. But
who's building
also,
with flimsy metal, essentially?
I mean, the Empire just doesn't have the funding they used to. They had to cut some corners. But yeah, no, you're okay. You're still able to sense that you're not close to people yet, so that wasn't a problem.
Okay.
And then again, Muxo and Ilsa need stealth rolls.
We'll do better this time, Mama, I swear.
Oh no.
Oh,
26.
okay.
All right, so we'll start with Muxo. We'll wait, I guess. Did Muxo go first or Ilsa after Anaka?
Ilsa.
Okay. She got an 11, so I'm pretty sure that's not so good.
That's bad. So yeah, we'll start with Ilsa. Sorry. So
Just
Ilsa,
a reminder, force points exist. Force points, we've got
yes.
D6.
Okay, yeah. That's true. I'm using another one of those. Another force point.
Cast has 76, and I'm sure nobody would mind if you were quiet.
D6. I'm gonna try a D6 so I don't like drop the armor and fall through the vent or. Needs to be a good roll.
I mean, at least for covering the noise of the fire fighting the canyon.
It's a 13. I got a 2, so that's 13.
All right. You can still add a force point onto that as well.
Okay, let me do that because this is not being very nice to me right now.
Yeah,
God bless force points for being replenished every time.
And you can stack those, but you can't stack D6s. So
a 4, so that's 17.
Right. 17. All right, good enough. You're struggling to move around in this air vent. It's kind of
close.
Yeah, it's just kind of slippery, and because of the smooth metal and whatnot. You do the same thing. You hit that same spot that Anaka did, and it makes a whoop whoop noise as the metal flexes.
That proves a point.
It's such a good noise, though.
It is. Proving absolutely that whoever made this was not thinking clearly about infiltrators through the air vents and the support that they would need.
No one thinks about us.
That's right. But you're able to catch up with Anaka just fine, and then Muxo, same kind of deal. Without the armor, it's much easier to move around. You feel like you can be much more stealthy. You've now seen that spot be hit twice and are able to avoid it. As you all continue down. Eventually, you get to a spot where the air vents get a little bit bigger. They start branching off into other outlets. And it feels warmer, because this is where all the warm air is venting up to the outside. Mm-hmm. And you're getting a little bit closer to the heat source. Once you're inside, you start to find rooms that have vents that you could potentially get out of or look through. Just a cursory glance around, you see lab rooms where it looks like they're doing some sort of science experiment and testing things, including a robotics lab, which has some sort of weird looking droid. Let's see. If anyone would like, they can do a knowledge technology roll to see if you know anything about what's going on here. I have cat hair on my nose. It's driving me crazy. There.
That is not a knowledge I have.
Oh, Anaka ain't no jack shit. Rolled a 7 on that one.
Yep. No clue. Say with Ilsa. You're like, that's a droid. Muxo, you recognize it. It doesn't have the armor on it, so it makes it hard to spot, but you're pretty sure that's the right frame and size for those armored droids that you saw on Dala's ship.
Right.
It looks like something, either the same thing or something similar is being developed here.
Is it alert?
It is not. It is inactive. Looks like it's not finished yet.
Those are scary. Maybe I could sabotage it? Can I sabotage something here if we're not going to blow the whole moon up?
You can absolutely try. It is a little bit of a drop. It's about somewhere between 5 and 10 foot drop from the vent. So it would be a little bit difficult to get back up there once you hop out. But not impossible.
Okay.
The room is currently
do you
empty.
express to either of us that you intend to do so?
Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea if I sabotage that. I'm about to do that.
Can we get down there and back okay?
I have a grappling hook. Yes?
Anaka says to you, I don't really think that's high on our list of priorities right now. especially if Bevan is looking.
Reconnaissance, right?
Yes, but if Bevan is looking to start something at least between these two.
Well, it might be important if we know the difference between this droid and the droids we saw before.
Right, but if you do intend to sabotage them, and they come back and find that there's something wrong with the mechanics that they've left, which were intact when they left them, then I'd say you might be giving something away.
We're supposed to be doing things like this. She's down.
But do we...
Room's empty. She's in there.
All right. I'm just picturing Anaka just like silently fussing at Muxo as she's going through the room.
The biggest difference really between Jai and Muxo is their skill sets, and that Muxo thinks she's cool. So that's the big difference.
Oh goodness. All right. Yeah, as you get in the room, you can look around and immediately see that it is a very sterile environment. Everything is like obnoxiously white on the walls, the floor. It's got that super sterile laboratory feel to it with the really obnoxious, like, I mean, they didn't have fluorescent lights, you know, in Star Wars, but it's that type of light that's coming off of these light sources. Mm-hmm. So it's just bright and obnoxious and sterile, and that's the environment. There's a few like diagnostic machines set up, a couple of workbenches where you would put droids together or work on parts and things like that. And then this mostly completed droid is kind of like in this sort of harness type apparatus that's holding it up. It's currently inactive. It doesn't have all the plating on. It's mostly just like the inner parts. If you ever saw The Phantom Menace, Episode 1 of Star Wars, the way C-3PO looks before he gets his gold plating, it's kind of what this looks like, except scary instead of oddly cute like C-3PO was.
I've seen some disassembled droids. Yeah, great. Actually, I think I might want to, if there's data terminals, I might want to see if I can steal some data first.
You can absolutely try. There are computers and diagnostic machines here that you could try to tap into.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the one closest to the droid.
Okay. That's going to be a use computer check.
Okay. Not great.
12. You try to log in and it asks you for an access code.
Yeah, I don't remember it. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I'm assuming that's what a 12 means. Is like, oh, access code. What was I supposed to do here?
They can't help her at all, can they?
I mean, I do have knowledge bureaucracy.
No, this is more like it's just asking for like a username and password essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no assistance.
You can't help unless you get out of the vent and go over to where Muxo is.
Can I help?
Sure, if you want to get out of the vent.
Muxo, is it okay?
Access code?
I'm gonna help or try to help.
Yeah, go ahead and roll use computer as well.
While you guys are doing that, Anaka is continuing to move forward. She's trying to scope out the place first.
All right, let me get a perception roll or use the force roll from Anaka. And basically, while you're doing that, Ilsa and Muxo, feel free to change the flavor of this. But essentially, it's like arguing over what the username and password should be.
Yeah. Oh God.
No, capitalize that letter.
Yes.
No, use that button to capitalize it.
They always capitalize all the I's. It's for Imperial.
Is that the right window?
I don't know. Eventually Musa's just gonna move on to sabotaging the droid.
All right.
Yeah.
What was that roll, Vanessa?
25.
25. Okay. So while you're arguing about everything with the computer, before you move on, Anaka's scouting ahead with a 25. You're able to sort of get like an echolocation kind of sense going at the layout around you a little bit. It's not like a perfect blueprint, but you get a sense of your surroundings, and there are a lot of rooms like this. And it seems like you're on the top floor, and there are several levels that go down into this bunker. You're not sensing any life on this level, no life signs at the moment. But what was your total again? Sorry,
25.
25? I'll give you this. You feel like there was someone here recently, but they are not here now.
Okay. Do they leave some sort of fingerprints, I guess, in the room that they were in? Or is it just like a general presence?
Just a general presence. If you had a higher roll, I could tell you probably which room, but it's more like just if you were looking at an infrared like picture of the room, you could tell that there was slightly higher temperature, on this level at some point recently, but not a specific room.
Okay. She's going to continue to move forward with that in mind, and kind of like look to if there are like periodic vents that go down into these rooms. She's going to like look into each of them to see what she can find otherwise.
Yeah. I'll say you're able to search. I'll just roll a d4. Just one more room before we go back to the other two. But it's a similar looking droid, but in closer to completion. And at this point, you probably would recognize that it does look similar to the ones that you saw on Dala's ship, but scarier.
Sweet. Can she... No, never mind. You can go back to the other two.
Okay. And... all right, so Mookso, how would you like to try to sabotage this thing?
I want to use my mechanical skill to find something small but essential.
Okay, go ahead.
That will potentially make it... Yeah, I don't really care if somebody dies if it blows up when when they activate it.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and do a mechanic roll.
Like short the power source or something.
Sure.
While she's doing that, can I also look around the room?
Sure.
To see if there's anything like that they can use, or information, or...
There's not a whole lot in the room other than what you're already looking at. Most of the information's in the machines, which require the username and password.
We can't take the machine.
I mean, technically you could, but it would be cumbersome and large and very obvious.
If there was such a thing as double disability, a disadvantage in getting in stealth, double disadvantage in stealth. That's what we'd have.
But I will say this: if you're taking some time to look around, you find a blaster rifle on one of those workbenches that looks a little odd. It's not the right shape or size to be usable by a humanoid, like an average-sized person, and doesn't look like it's currently functioning. Like there's no power pack in it or anything like that. But it looks like it might be important. You could potentially take that with you to research later.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she was gonna slip that in her things.
All right, and then Muxo with a 22. This is really well made, and it's kind of difficult to sabotage it. It looks like it was designed with anti-sabotage measures in mind. But you are able to find a cable that looks like it goes to the power supply, and fix it to where that will short out when it's turned on. It's a relatively easy fix, but it'll still delay whoever's trying to activate this thing.
Okay, so it won't actually damage it if they don't know, but
no. But it,
what
if you were worried about this thing coming after you, it would buy you a couple minutes.
Okay. No, I wasn't. I just wanted to inconvenience them, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Slightly inconvenienced.
Yeah, it's definitely annoying for whoever has to do this, because they have to figure out what part it is first too.
And this is just flavor. It's not worth spending a force point on, so we're good. Yeah.
Then I think with that, we will wrap it up here. Just a quick recap of where everybody's at. Jai and Zadu have just taken out 3 little squads of stormtroopers, along with Locke as well, with Locke's help. Currently in the clear at the ship. The front door is effectively clear as well. Inside, towards the top of this facility, we've got Anaka, Ilsa, and Muxo. Ilsa and Muxo are in a different room from Anaka. And there are some sort of like droid trooper things being made here that is a bit alarming. And with that, the camera's gonna pan out into space with a very sinister looking spaceship, like a Sith spaceship looking thing, docking with the Star Destroyer that's orbiting the moon. And Anaka, you get a not pleasant chill that runs down your spine as that happens. And that's where we'll wrap it up. So, next week we'll find out if the stealth team can stay stealthy, if Jai and Zadu get into more trouble, or when, I guess. Matt, you give me that look. And we'll find out what's going on with this Sith person and these droids. It's going to be awesome. Before we go on a raid, though, we're going to let everybody say their favorite part, where we can find them, and anything else they want to share. And then we'll go on a raid. Starting with Mr. Parr. Favorite part, where can we find you online? Anything else you want to share or plug?
My favorite part is just the whole planning sequence. Because it's just... we almost went in there with a the plan, huh? But it's just my favorite because all the characters kind of throw in their own flavor to our plans, and it somehow ended up being all right, which is the most surprising part of it. You can find me next same time slot for In the Mouth of the Beast Below. And you can find me on Twitter at Mr. Par4E, like you see on the screen. That's me wrapped.
All right, fantastic. Next, we'll hop over to Hope. What's your favorite part? Where can we find you? And anything else you'd like to share?
Boy, well, it's kind of hard to choose a favorite part. I really liked shopping with Ilsa. That was really fun. I'm sure it was even more fun for Muxo. But I kind of liked the part where Anaka was just like, yeah, I mean, I solved the problem for myself. It's fine. Whatever, guys. as we just jetpacked off the ship and let her figure it out for herself. Like, I personally would feel like an asshole for doing that. Muxo doesn't, but I'm really glad Anaka had a solution, and it was just like the sequence of that felt really good story-wise for us, having only been together for about a week. I like that reiteration of the short time period. You can find me on Twitter at HopeTracy71, where I'm scheming things currently about a very loose sci-fi game. That would be fun.
Very cool. All right. Next, we'll hop on up to Matt. What's your favorite part? Where can we find you, and anything else you'd like to share?
Whew. I gotta say, my favorite part of this one tonight was just being able to mow down stormtroopers. Felt real good. Like Jai had his moment in that combat, where he dove off a TIE fighter. It was very cool. But just being able to like, just casually like, stormtroopers, right? Pew pew, and it worked. Was great. You can find me next here on this channel. I will next be appearing on Saturday for the Time Traveler game, where I play someone who is not at all like Jai. And you can find me on Jam Game Streams on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. Been real deep into Stardew Valley recently. That's probably just going to keep on rolling. And I have a podcast called Hard Reboot. Me and two friends take a public domain property and slap a fresh coat of paint on it. An episode is dropping tomorrow sometime, depending on when I get around to editing it. That is all about Greek mythology.
Awesome. All right. Then we'll hop on over to Nikki. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you? And anything else you'd like to share?
I kind of like the planning, and I like that Ilsa got the shop and like not be as quiet. No, I like going through the vent because she figured out she could take the armor off, even though she was still loud.
That was great.
I'm actually on this same channel tomorrow, same time, for what's the name of the game again?
In the Mouth of the Beast Below.
Yeah, In the Mouth of the Beast Below. And I have the worst memory. Yeah, the same time. And I am on Twitter. My name under there, Nicole at Twitter. I probably pointed that wrong, but yeah. So just find me there.
All right. Then next, let's hop on up to Vanessa. What was your favorite part? Where can we find you? And anything else you'd like to share?
In terms of favorite parts, I did like the stormtroopers being taken out. I liked the little Pop Goes the Weasel song. That droid will be the death of us. I have a feeling in my bones. Anaka kind of just mirroring Jai a little bit and stepping out of the ship and falling was also pretty cool. And also the fact that I don't know. You guys are so flippant with Anaka, and yet I don't know. Maybe one day she just won't be ready to put up with that, and you guys are gonna have to deal with those consequences, which will be interesting to see. So just a thought, I guess. I'm also very, very excited to see what this other Force user is going to want with Anaka. I'm super excited for that because I think it's gonna be really, really fun. Yeah, but as for me, you can find me, what's today? Thursday. I will be here Saturday evening for more Animus. You can also find me on my art Twitter, which is at PepperoJaws, and that's Pepper like the candy. And like I said, slow getting into posting some more stuff, but hopefully I'll get back into the swing of that soon. So you can check out my stuff there.
All right. That just leaves me. My favorite part, I absolutely loved Zadu's gambit of deceiving the people at the gate, and then just putting him into a position to get mowed down. That was great. Muxo's enthusiasm, I think, about everything this episode was just especially great. Especially just hopping down into the vent, and then the armor just with the rolls and everything, just making it so that the armor was so noisy. I just really enjoyed that. And then Muxo and Anaka, Muxo's like, I'm just gonna go sabotage it, and Anaka's like, no.
We're gonna scrap at some point. Yes.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It was great. Jai's pew pew. Yeah, that's our raid cry. So that was great. Just the like, all right, we're shooting stormtroopers. We'll get back to you.
Pew pew.
Yeah. And then yeah, it was fun seeing Ilsa shopping, and figuring out like, hey, if I take this armor off first before I go in there, I'll be quieter. And that worked pretty well. And then yeah, Anaka's force slam into the ground to not, die from jumping out of a ship. That was great. And Anaka's interactions with people, especially with Jai, and that sort of we're gonna be best buddies reaction from Jai. And it's always fun to play the crazy homicidal droid. It's always fun. Yeah, this was fantastic. Thank you all so much. Thank you again to Michael for the donations and gifted subs. Much appreciated. And where you can find me next will be tomorrow at noon Mountain Time, playing Mare, who is, if you imagine DC's Raven and Scarecrow having a child who grew up with her role model as Batman, and is absolutely 100% convinced that she is a superhero destined to save the world. In a post-apocalyptic world where dreams and reality are not so separate. And that's Mare. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited for that. And then again tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time for In the Mouth of the Beast Below, where I play Katanova, who is a socialite anarchist, which is really fun. Basically, she just plays the noble at their games and just sows seeds of anarchy everywhere. It's going to be a blast. Other stuff to talk about are sponsors, Fundamental RPG and Intrepid, which are going in chat. Fundamental RPG is a D20 tabletop system that is basically designed to support whatever story that you want to tell. It's what Animus runs on, Water as well this season, and Hunters of Calamity last season. All of those ran on this system. And second edition is available for pre-order right now at coffee.com/raven/shop. And that will continue until the end of the month. That's when the book comes out. So definitely take advantage of the discounted prices for the pre-order before the book's fully released. And then, yeah, Intrepid is IRL adventuring gear, so athletic wear, outdoors wear, casual wear, with an adventure tabletop style theme. Can be found at the same spot. Just look for Intrepid instead of Fundamental RPG. And then finally, definitely go check out our shows on the Fantasy Network. I'll have more links and specifics for that later. But we just joined the Fantasy Network, so you'll be able to find past shows on there. It's very cool stuff. You should definitely check it out. And I think that was everything. So we're going to go on a raid. We've got our raid cry, which is pew pew. Feel free to copy that right out of chat. And just making sure that the person we're raiding is still streaming. They are. We're going to go raid Boopy. That is Boopea. A really fun variety streamer that a friend of mine got me hooked on through raiding from her stream, actually. But she's pretty cool. Definitely say hello, give her a follow if you're not doing so already. And then I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.